What? What happened?
I'm sorry I didn't have time to ask your preferred destination.
Why are we here?
Let's not lose sight of things. This is a crisis that faces us. We know that mutants have been taken by the Purifiers, but we do not know where.
I get it. The barricades they threw up are blocking mutant access to Chinatown. You think they've brought their prisoners someplace here?
Ja, richtig. We must find Gambit. Remy LeBeau. Nothing happens here without him knowing about it.
In one day, my entire life, everything I was, everything I wanted to be has been dumped down the toilet.
We define ourselves by our actions. In that sense, nothing has changed. You are still faced with the same problems, the same choices.
I don't even know why I'm talking to you. Why I'm helping you.
You're no son of mine.
For the sake of peace, nicht wahr? Because war is in nobody's interests.
Power like that in the hands of one man.
Magneto has been quiet for some time. People were beginning to think that he was dead. He has made his line in the sand. He'll likely punish any human who crosses it.
Why did he do that? Was it just a show of power or something more?
Magneto will never believe humans and mutants can coexist. For him, this is just a case of the survival of the fittest. And guess who gets to choose the fittest?
And thanks for, pulling me out. I could have been in some real trouble there.
You are most welcome. But you should think twice before playing with Mr. Hodge again. He can be a little rough.
Oh, come on, we totally won that fight. We would have had him if the bridge didn't come down on top of us. We don't have enough points to upgrade our combo again, but we do have enough points to upgrade our new Empower we got last video. Which we need, because we're going to be using that a lot. And there's no reason to mess with any of our X genes just yet. Back on track, let's head to one of those optional missions that we could have potentially missed out on.
Oh man, you and Nightcrawler just pop up everywhere, don't you?
I'm not here because I love your company. I'm here on my own mission.
So you know this guy I'm supposed to go find? Remy LeBeau?
Gambit? Both as a thief and as an X-Man. I prefer him as a thief.
Nightcrawler thinks Gambit will be able to help us find the kidnapped mutants.
I'm sure of it. But Kurt Wagner doesn't think like a criminal. Gambit's externals will spot you for an outsider in seconds.
Wait, externals?
They work for Gambit as smugglers and data couriers. You won't get past them without being challenged. As for those gas masks you'll see them wearing, don't let people tell you it's the air quality down there. Remy likes to make himself look better by making everyone around him look ridiculous. I just got wind of where the Purifiers bring their weapons shipments. You've proven your dedication to the Brotherhood cause. You should consider tagging along. Humanitarian missions can wait.
Yeah. But I want to see what the hell they're up to.
These shipments have to be destroyed.
Muties! They find us.
We just followed your Purifier stench.
For this mission, we just have to destroy all of the weapon shipments before the time runs out. It's pretty easy, but one of the weapon shipments is kinda hidden, so you can run out the timer really easy if you don't find it. This is our Empower. It lets us suck in enemies and fling them away, which is super useful. Especially during missions where we're timed. It sucks them in from pretty far away, too. Now, I said this mission is one we could have missed, and that's because if we didn't do Mystique's other mission, back at the rally, then she wouldn't have given us this one.
Let them tell anyone about this.
Machine guns just look good on me. Purifiers are nothing without their weapons.
So we got another defensive X gene, this one belonging to Avalanche, and what do you know, it reduces the amount of damage we take. But it has a second level, which we can upgrade to, and it increases our health bar. So obviously Avalanche is preferable to all the other defensive genes we've gotten so far.
Well, there's a face that doesn't fit. Who are you?
I'm looking for a mutie. I'm looking for Gambit.
Oh, that's so. Well, I bet he ain't looking for you.
He'll want to see me.
Sure he will.
Wow. You really do wear gas masks.
All things considered, the externals are pretty weak enemies.
Need more help!
You have an invitation, or did it get lost in the mail?
You people really did crawl out of the shallow end of the gene pool.
I mean, I know they're attacking us and everything, but if we want to go see Gambit, maybe we shouldn't be smack-talking his goons.
Get some more guys here!
Mystique was definitely right about Kurt being naive. Nobody just walks up to Gambit's doorstep. Especially considering he apparently has a private army hanging out in the goddamn subway.
Now that rally attack has shaken the city more than the earthquake ever did. I better keep moving.
Don't make yourself a mutant servant. I'm nobody's servant.
Gambit's in a hurry for this. Keep an eye out. Purifiers are hiding all over the place.
I'll bet they took it from the purifiers. Must be something pretty interesting in that package. The purifiers always have another plan of attack. I need to figure out what that is. And maybe that package has something to do with it. Better not lose this guy.
I'm not actually sure it's possible to lose the courier. Not that I've tried. But you don't exactly have to try to keep up with him either.
I got a lock on the courier. There's a beauty chasing him. Take them both out. Don't let that package out of our sights. We can get a drop on him. Take it down.
Our M-Power is spectacularly useful here to keep all these guys away from the courier. Now, from what we know about the purifiers so far, I'm not sure there's such a thing as excessive force for them. Considering, you know, Hodge was pretty much torturing a little girl. But this does seem like a little bit much for a single package. So whatever's inside that tiny package must be really important. And it's been mentioned a few times now, but wow, the purifiers are incredibly well armed. They have a helicopter here, and we just destroyed a whole ton of weapon shipments. So either the purifiers got a really rich new member, or there's someone funding them behind the scenes. I'm just gonna go ahead and rule out Tony Stark, if that's okay.
You want to tag along, kid? Then keep them off of me!
Look, externals are pretty impressive if they manage to steal a package from the purifiers. I better make sure they don't get it back.
Even in hard mode, that line feels a little out of place because neither the externals or purifiers are very difficult enemies.
Get that package.
Don't let them take me down!
I'm kinda curious where all the other externals are right now because we're the only person around protecting this courier. And he definitely wouldn't make it to Gambit's hideout without us. I mean, I guess we could always deliver the package ourselves, but I don't think he's gonna just hand it over to us either. I think it's a little funny that Mystique mentioned their gas masks, but not that they all wear the same baseball cap and that they all have the same haircut.
What's in the package?
It's for Gambit's eyes, only. Give us the package, Here we go, lover. gang! Let's purify the purifiers!
Right away, I made the grave mistake of standing really, really close to explosive barrels, and whoop, there went my health.
Keep them off me!
Purifiers have been smuggling shipments for months now, but we're on them.
There are a couple guys up here holding flaming cocktails, which is why the barrels exploded. They're really the most dangerous thing about this fight. Considering you have North Star and a whole ton of externals hanging out with you, it's pretty hard to lose. You can see we're getting some good use out of that new offensive X-Gene we equipped last video. I believe it's the Colossus X-Gene, where our ground slam sends enemies flying in the air. It's not quite as useful as our M-Power, but it also doesn't take any of our M-Power bar to perform, so I think it's a fair trade-off.
I'll meet up with you later. Don't let that courier get away.
I do believe that's the last time we're going to see Magneto for a long while. I'm not sure what he's doing over here in Chinatown. Seems like a pretty busy place right now. I'd hate to be a normal person wandering the streets. This is pretty much the only time the courier is in any real danger of getting knocked out. It's still not easy to let it happen, though. You have to completely ignore him, more or less. I wonder how you get promoted and get the hoodie and the baton. I mean, Adrian has a baton. Do you just have to buy your own baton? The game and myself have mentioned the Purifiers being well armed several times at this point. But the thing is that most of them don't seem to have guns. A few of them do, but most of them just have batons. I guess that's an inconsistency caused by the game design because all of this game is up-close combat, but you can make ranged enemies a more pronounced thing, and still have your game be a beat-em-up. We will see more guys with guns as the game goes on, but for the most part they're still an oddity. I think there's only 3 of them in this entire section. Granted, they're kind of a big deal, and when they appear you want to go get them ASAP, because they drain your health much faster than other enemies do. Hopefully you're noticing that we're using our M-Power Edge Storm in abundance, and that's because it's kind of necessary. But if we were playing normal mode, we could have beaten this entire thing by just pressing square repeatedly. Something to mention about the block is that the block triggers almost as soon as you press the button, and the timing for parrying is pretty lenient.
They're everywhere!
That package. It's meant for Gambit, isn't it?
What's it to you?
I can take it.
And who are you?
A friend, up to a point. Gambit will want to meet with me.
Yeah, well, whatever. You can mind your own business. You'll live longer.
Like if Gambit needs that package in a hurry.
Okay. You stood up to those rats, and I'm sure not going anywhere. Take it. You can't miss Gambit's club.
Alright, so now we're on our own, but before we go forward, we want to tag another optional mission.
Last time I saw you, you were running for your life from the Purifiers. What's with the heroics?
The Brotherhood has its own plan, kid. We're clearing out this pathetic human city, street by street. If you think you're ready for the big leagues, I'm on my way to clear out a Purifier stronghold. The Brotherhood are making huge waves, kid. Are you still with us?
After everything I've seen them do to mutants.
Yeah, you got some backbone in you. Alright. I'll need you to smoke the Hornets out while I raid the nest. See if you can draw them onto the rooftops.
Those fireworks ought to get their attention. Give Toad a chance to do his thing. I'm not interested in playing nice.
It only takes a single hit from us to blow up these fireworks stands, and we only need to blow up, I think, 6 or 7 of them. We also don't need to fight anybody on the way, unless they're, blocking our path. So Adrian doesn't seem all that conflicted about what to do anymore, but that's mostly due to inconsistent writing. In games where characters have predetermined paths, generally, all of the choices are written in such a way that none of the choices would seem out of character. That doesn't really work with this game, though, because not only is the story linear, so it needs to progress in a single way no matter what, but the two sides you're supposed to choose are, ironically, very polar opposite as far as morals go. So not only do they have to bend the characters so that all three of them follow the same story, but they have to make it so that way they can switch their morals from one end to the complete opposite extreme in a single cutscene. So with characters like Adrian who have a strong personality, it's easy to make them seem like crazy assholes who can't make up their mind. It's a shame, because if they removed the interaction that the player has with the story entirely, it would turn out much better. Which is not a pleasant thing to say, considering how this game was advertised.
I hope the Toad liked the show.
Alright, so we got the Gambit Offensive, which means we can charge our enemies with kinetic energy and let them explode. Unfortunately, none of our enemies are going to live long enough for this to happen. The shockwave it produces is pretty good too, but again, the exploding enemies thing not going to happen because we're going to kill them too fast. So, this X-Gene is almost useless to us. But of course we're still going to use it anyway. Now as for our mutant powers, we still don't have enough experience to reach our last combo, but we're getting there. I get turned around in this area a lot, so I'm going to do you a favor and skip to when I find the right door again.
I hope Gambit doesn't know I used to be a purifier. I'll have to bargain with this package if he doesn't trust me.
I'm pretty sure he knows Adrian, even assuming that none of his externals made it back to tell him about you. He already knows everything. He is the Batman of this game. Here's a collectible. We're not going to be getting all of these because they're useless. And here's another X-Gene in the alley, which we are going to get because I like these. This X-Gene has some cute abilities. One of them is turning our dodge into a tackle, which I really approve of. It's actually pretty useful. The tackle just sends enemies flying in the air, kind of like our Edge Storm and our Ground Pound, but it tends to send them higher and farther than both of those. Not to mention it also takes less time to use than both of them. But still, that's 3 variations of the same function we've had at this point. Hey look, it's Iceman. Where's Iceman headed to? We can't follow him yet, but we'll see him in a bit. He does lead us over to some collectibles though, such as this new X-Gene. We're going to leave that X-Gene by itself because it's useless and there are barely any projectiles in the game to begin with. And over here, some Purifier propaganda. We'll see what Iceman was up to in a bit, but right now we need to talk to Gambit.
What do you need? I need to speak with Gambit. He ain't home. Go away, kid. Wait! I have the package.
Okay, you're on the clock, kid. Don't waste a man's time.
Hey, let me in. I need to see Gambit.
You've caused quite a stir. We have a shameful neighborhood watch program in these parts. Everyone's on edge around here. You might be harmless, but these days, most people don't want to take chances. What was that mess down at the market?
Purifiers are trying to get this. I got rid of them.
You got rid of them? I doubt that. No telling what you brought to my door. Unfortunately, your past speaks against you.
Gambit can be a genuinely tough fight, if only for the cards he throws. They deal quite a bit of damage, really. You want to make sure you block all of his attacks that you can. There are some you can't block though, such as when he jumps in the air. For those you want to dodge or jump.
You had better prove I can trust you.
I'm not gonna lie, the biggest reason we have the Gambit Offensive gene equipped is because it makes our Shadow Daggers purple. If you manage to corner Gambit, this fight is a lot easier because otherwise he flips all around the four corners of the arena. And sometimes he'll just do that and spam the card throwing attack over and over and over.
You have skill, I'll give you that.
It can be hard to react to a number of Gambit's attacks because he moves very quickly. When he does decide to move, that is.
I'm trying to help. Okay, I swear I'm on your side. Like, I brought you the package. I didn't let the purifiers get it.
Why didn't you just say so? Name's Remy. Maybe I'm pleased to meet you. Time will tell. Come on inside.
The purifiers have been taking mutants alive. Nightcrawler thought you might know where they're taking them.
Monsieur Wagner is too kind. Curious. What is your take on this?
The purifiers shun mutants. They don't collect them. I don't get it. The purifiers didn't want you getting that package.
First things first. Let's see what you brought me. Hello. It's worse than I thought.
What is that?
Stolen goods. Stolen souls. I think my problem connects to your problem. If so, maybe you're right. Maybe we can help each other.
Do you have any idea who's behind all this?
Someone very clever. Someone who sees many moves ahead. And perhaps...
Perhaps what?
Perhaps someone who is very skilled at manipulating others. The fear of mutants was always there. The hysteria has been skillfully orchestrated.
The rally attack was broadcast all over the world. People think Magneto and the Brotherhood did it.
Yes. I heard that Monsieur Lancher had returned. Your wild card as always. But I think there's some sleight of hand at play here.
Well, I want to know more about your followers. Who are they and why?
Why do they wear the masks? To answer question one, I pay them well, they follow. That's simple. As for the second, I have my reasons. Alas, some things are best left unstated.
I'm ready. What do you need?
My neighbors have a warehouse that's been busy night and day over the past few days. Meet up with some of my people and see what you can find.
I'm on my way.
Watch your back. They've become unpredictably rapid, and that isn't good for any of us.